What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. I forgot what I was going to say. What is going on YouTube, welcome back. Sake, you mother. What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe and ring that bell to make sure you know when I'm posting. Right, so today's agenda, we are doing a chest focus push session. And you know what? I'm pretty excited. I'm back from Malta now, and I feel like Malta kind of wrote me off a little bit. It did, but I was able to let my hair down. I was told that I can increase my calories by 400, which was 100 grams of carbs. Food's going in well. Can't really complain, I'm feeling a lot more energetic. Ha 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 ha. This is light. That's true up your mouth. Jeremy. So today, we are gonna go and smash mainly chest. We will touch on shoulders, probably do like some lateral raises and some rear delts, but that's about it. So let's go to the gym, because I've already eaten 2 meals now. Just touching back on Malta. I was in Malta for, what, 4 days. I got back on Monday, today is Wednesday. And I know some people will be like, oh, well, how are you going on a holiday and stuff, but you're prepping? I feel like it is still acceptable to go on a trip this far out on, what, 14 weeks out on Sunday. You need that balance in your life. Say if this was 8 weeks out, I wouldn't be doing that trip. But because I'm still able to go, I'm gonna enjoy myself as well. I did actually train in Malta one day, but I realized that I have kind of overtrained a little bit. And the way you can kind of spot overtraining is when lifts that you usually can lift quite easily start becoming harder. So I realized that I'd not really taken a day off for maybe 3 weeks. I'd trained every day. I took Malta as a bit of a rest period. Basically trained one day and then had 3 days off, and I just ate because Carl has said to increase my calories by 100 grams of carbs, and those carbs worked wonders. So I'm gonna probably check on my own physique when I'm in the gym at some point, see what the food's kind of done to me, if anything, and then we'll get home and continue putting more food in, because I've still got 4 meals to go in today. And to be honest, I'm eating quite late at the minute, like it's nearly 2 o'clock and I've only got 2 meals in. But I did wake up late today. I had a nice sleep, because sleep is important. Got a solid 8 hours. Let's go gym. So my main focus when training chest is upper chest. So I'm going to do 2 incline movements, incline dumbbell press and incline Smith press. Now the incline Smith press is actually a really good movement. A lot of people hate on the Smith machine, but it's actually a really good movement because it's only going straight up and down. Whereas incline bench, isolated, would kind of come forwards and backwards. So to keep the tension on the muscle, Smith machine is really good for it. But I'm just warming up with pec deck. Probably finish on cable flies as well. I feel like in order to get the most out of your fly on a pec deck, you want to kind of scoot your bum towards the end of the seat and kind of push your chest up and lean over the pad a bit. So as you come back, your chest opens up, fully opens up, and then as you squeeze in, you want to try and meet the elbows in the middle, because I see a lot of people pull the pec deck like this. Their elbows are so far away, you're moving the tension off your chest and basically onto your arms. So when you're doing it, pull in and try and touch your elbows together on the inside, like the crease. Try and get the inside of your hinge of your elbows to meet. So instead of flying like that, where there's no tension on the chest, you want to fly it like that. So it's kind of like a push to a even further push, because you want these two to try and meet. They're not going to meet, but you want them to get to about there, and the tension stays on your chest. Like I said, we're going to do 2 incline movements, 1 flat movement, because I feel like for overall chest development, if you work on your upper chest, automatically going to recruit the muscle fibers from your pectoralis major. So the muscles in the middle of your chest, you're going to automatically get them anyway, because it's still the same push motion. So the muscle fibers are going to engage anyway. So tip number 1, focus on upper chest. That's exercise 1 complete, just a warm up on a pec deck. Then we're going to go into incline dumbbells, incline Smith, then a flat dumbbell press, and then probably do another cable variant of a fly to get a bit of an extra distance on the cables. And then we'll touch on some shoulders, probably rear delts and lateral raises. So I'm going to do 4 working sets here, and then when I do incline Smith, I'm going to do 3 working sets and a drop set. When you're doing incline dumbbells, you need to watch your angle and what your incline is set at, because if you're too high, you're going to be engaging more of your shoulders, more of your delts. And I see a lot of people way too high in their incline for chest press. So my incline is set to around 30%, so it looks quite low. If you go any further, you're at 45, and even that I think is too high, especially for chest. Not feeling that strong today, Michael. Well, we'll see what this feels like. Let's go. Well, that was a good set. Oh, that was a good set. You can feel my heart racing. Right now in the fitness industry, everything's about strength, and I like that. I like the fact that people want to get stronger, but a lot of people are quite strong but look quite small. And I've had a fair few people ask me like, oh, I'm strong but I don't look any bigger and I don't feel any bigger. It is due down to your repetition and your intensity. Like, yes, you can lift a lot of weight, but you're only really doing 1 or 2 reps. You need that intensity and the repetitions behind it, the frequency, in order to grow. Like, bodybuilding is about lifting enough weight that you can get enough reps out in order to force the muscles to adapt. Take now, for instance, I'm doing 44s, but I'm doing it for reps. I think the heaviest I've gone on dumbbell presses for reps was 64 kilo, and I did 7 reps. At that point, I knew I shouldn't have been lifting it if I'm trying to grow, because unless I can get 8 comfortably, in my eyes, I need to drop a bit. So 60, I can get 10. Not at the minute. At the minute, probably I couldn't even get 1. Strengths come down, like I said, in the car. I feel like I've been overtraining recently, so trying to just get an adequate rest and not overdo it with the weights, because I have been overdoing it. That's why my strengths gone down. That's one key sign that you're overtraining. Lifts that used to be easy start getting harder. Oh, it was heavy. It wasn't, but it was. Drop sets, really good for overall development. Your muscle is constantly having to adapt to the change in weight. Obviously you're decreasing the weight, but you're trying to keep the reps the same. And as you're seeing there, the first drop for me was only 10 kilo, so it still felt heavy. But for overall muscle growth, drop sets are actually really good. Come on. Straight in 3 working sets, 8 to 12 reps. Oh God. Oh, I just threw up in my mouth. I just threw up in my mouth. Do you hear me? It was like a bit of acid reflux. Kind of like half burped and it... Need a couple of minutes rest. Maybe you can just cut. I hate this tune. Because the thing is, when people meet me who aren't Scousers, they go, oh, you know that kid? I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Oh, there's a watch like Sammy Kadera. Because when I speak on these beats, I get murdered. I know the tune though. I've only just realised. He says 3 to the 5, we dumped the 4. Someone's on both cable machines. He's on his phone doing 1 arm tricep extensions on his phone with the other hand. Oh, it's mad, yeah. You can smell the heat. That's how hot it is. Don't look at me like I'm weird. Everyone knows what I mean when they say you can smell the heat. Like, everything around me is hot. and everything has its own smell. So you can just smell the heat in the room and you can smell people. Yeah, so most gyms will have one of these cable setups. Some of them will have the extra long one. But if you've got one of these, a lot of people make the mistake of like trying to just lean over and just kind of like do this with the movement. And like I said this before on the pec deck, if you're not getting your elbows kind of to meet, you're not really engaging your chest. That's more of just a pull with your arms. So when I do this, I'll pull out. Sometimes I'll have one for forwards, but I'll always keep your chest up. And sometimes I'll have both my feet back and I'll kind of have my feet positioned behind my body. It's just so I can lean forwards into it, but still keep my chest up. So I'm kind of at like a, I don't know, a 20-degree angle. And when I'm doing it, my aim is to keep this in line with my chest and preferably my upper chest. So it's coming to just in front of my faces, round there, elbows meet, and come all the way back. And when you're coming back, it's actually okay for your elbows to bend. That's what they're made to do. They're made to bend. As long as it's on the backwards motion, and then as you're coming up, you're squeezing and pushing in, your chest is going to contract. It doesn't always have to be from out here to in here, because if it's out here, sometimes you're just pulling. Yes, you're pulling with your chest, but you're using your forearms and your triceps to get it over there first, to then use your chest. So to eliminate that, shorten the distance. Oh, that superset there, continuous, it really hurts. Like I had that on 25 then, like my shoulders feel pumped. 3 lots of 10, but non-stop. So 10 on one arm, 10 on the other, 10 rear delt, 10 rear delt, and then do it again. I used to do it with a front raise as well. So I'd start front, go side, then bend over and do rear. And that was one circuit that I used to do. So if you're strapped for time and you want to work your whole shoulder, cables, step out a bit so there's a bit of tension on the cable. Front raise 10 on your right hand, switch to your left, 10 left, switch back to your right, lateral raise, left, lateral raise, switch back to your right, bent over, rear delt fly. Do that non-stop. 3 or 4 rounds, you'll feel it. Posing is so hard. It's so hard. I don't think you understand how painful it is to pose constantly and think about each muscle that you're posing in order to make it contract even harder. So I'm just doing 20 minutes low intensity, steady state cardio. I'm aiming to get my heart rate between 114 and 120, just so it's still beating and I'm in that fat burning zone. I just feel like this is the cardio that worked for me last time. On my last prep, I just walked on max incline last time, but I'm not doing that. I'm working it a little bit differently, and I feel like this is working a lot better and it's working a lot faster. So 5 kilometers an hour, incline was at 5, I've just put it to 6, just so my heart rate stays up, and I'll probably go to 7. And that's it, 20 minutes like this. People ask me about cardio all the time and they're like, oh, how do you keep it enjoyable? With cardio, just do what you enjoy. Like, I don't necessarily enjoy this, but it's not necessarily taxing on my system. So I could do this all day. I can hold a conversation. I'm not moving too fast. The incline's not burning me out. Like, I feel comfortable at this speed and at this incline to hold a conversation with you. If you are looking to kind of burn a bit more fat, be in your fat burner zone, then you should be able to hold a conversation while doing your cardio. You don't have to be full pelt all the time. Like, if you don't like high intensity stuff, don't do it. Simple as. Right, so just got back from the gym and I just need to set up a new client who I'm going to be coaching. So I've got my platform up and ready. I just need to send them their onboarding process so they can fill in all the details, so I can create their plan, create their diet, and then they will be getting full access to me, weekly check-ins, and I will help them on their journey to achieve the physique that they're after. So I'm gonna get on with this. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you know when I'm posting. I'm out. Peace.